public trips and falls. Have you ever tripped over your own feet in a crowded street, only to watch your life flash before your eyes as you tumble into a stranger's arms? It's that split-second horror where gravity wins, and everyone around you freezes in awkward silence, fighting back laughs while you scramble to your feet. Picture this. You're strolling through a busy park, coffee in hand, when your shoe catches on a rogue root. Down you go, spilling hot liquid everywhere and landing in a heap, while a group of joggers pretends not to laugh. Or imagine being at a wedding, dressed to impress, and suddenly slipping on the dance floor, taking down the cake table with you. These moments hit us all, turning a simple walk into a viral memory. Fun fact, studies show that about 70% of people have experienced a public fall, often leading to that burning blush that lasts for days. It's not just about the fall itself, it's the awkward apologies that follow, like mumbling, "I'm okay," while everyone stares, or worse, someone offering a hand just as you try to stand, turning it into a clumsy tango. Remember that time you wiped out in front of your crush? Yeah, me too. It's the kind of story that gets retold at family dinners for years. But hey, it builds character, right? Or at least gives you a hilarious icebreaker for future dates. Awkward slips of the tongue. Ever blurted out something totally wrong in a serious meeting, like calling your boss Mom instead of their name, and then watch the room go dead silent? It's that instant regret where your brain screams, "Abort mission," but your mouth keeps going. Think about it. You're introducing a colleague and suddenly say, "This is my friend." Wait, no, that's not right. Only to realize you've mixed up their name with your ex's. Fun fact, psychologists call this a Freudian slip, where your subconscious spills the beans, revealing what you're really thinking often at the worst possible time. Like that time I accidentally told a date I loved their outfit, but it came out as outfist, leading to a confused stare and a night ruined by awkward explanations. Or picture being in a job interview and responding to "What's your biggest weakness?" with chocolate, only to see the interviewer's eyebrow arch in disbelief. These verbal blunders turn everyday chats into comedy sketches, leaving you red-faced and scrambling for damage control. And let's not forget the group settings, where a misplaced word sparks unintended laughter, like saying, "I'm excited for the dead," when you meant wedding. It's universal. Everyone's had that moment where words betray you, turning a simple sentence into a lifelong embarrassment. But on the bright side, it makes for great stories later, like bonding over mishaps at parties. Embarrassing social encounters. Have you ever run into an ex at the grocery store, looking like a mess in your sweatpants, and tried to hide behind the cereal aisle only to bump into them anyway? It's that heart-dropping awkwardness where small talk feels like walking a tightrope. Imagine this. You're at a networking event, reaching for a canopy, and accidentally knock over a tray, sending shrimp flying into someone's lap. Now you're not just networking, you're performing an unintended magic trick. Fun fact, social scientists say these encounters trigger our fight or flight response, which is why we often blurt out nonsense like "nice weather," in the middle of a downpour. Take the classic mistaken identity scenario. You wave enthusiastically at someone across the street, only to realize it's a total stranger, leaving you standing there like a fool. Or that time you laughed at a joke that wasn't a joke, turning a serious conversation into an awkward pause. We've all been there, like when you compliment someone's new haircut, and they reply, "I haven't changed it in years." These interactions remind us how fragile social norms are, turning ordinary outings into tales of woe. Humor helps, though. Think about turning that grocery store run-in into a funny anecdote, like fate's way of reminding me to dress better. It's those moments that make life relatable, even if they leave you cringing for weeks. Wardrobe malfunctions in public. Ever had your zipper betray you at the most inopportune time, like during a presentation, forcing you to casually adjust while praying no one notices? It's the ultimate wardrobe nightmare, where your clothes decide to rebel. Picture this. You're at a formal dinner, and suddenly your dress strap snaps, leaving you clutching fabric like a damsel in distress. Fun fact, celebrities aren't immune. Remember that Oscars moment when a gown malfunction went viral, turning red carpet glamour into instant meme fodder? Everyday folks face it too, like wearing new shoes that rub blisters mid-walk, or pants that rip at the seam during a squat in yoga class. Imagine being on a date and realizing your shirt has a massive stain from lunch, turning every glance into a self-conscious nightmare. Or that horror of stepping out with your shirt inside out, only noticing when a kind stranger points it out with a smirk. These malfunctions amplify awkwardness, making you question every outfit choice forever. But they also create bonding opportunities, like laughing it off with friends later. Who hasn't had a button pop off in a crowd, leading to a frantic cover-up dance? It's a reminder that fashion is fun, but unpredictable. Tech fails and digital blunders. What if your phone decided to autocorrect a professional email into something hilariously wrong, like turning meeting into meet ing, and you hit send before checking? It's the modern twist on awkwardness, where technology turns against you. Think about it. You're in a video call, and your camera flips on to show your messy room instead of your polished self. Fun fact: a survey found that 60% of people have sent an embarrassing text to the wrong person, often leading to apologies that are more awkward than the original mistake. Like that time I meant to text my friend about a bad date, but sent it to my mom, complete with emoji regrets. Or imagine presenting a slideshow where the wrong tab opens, flashing your social media feed for all to see. These digital slip-ups hit hard in our connected world, turning a quick message into a day's worth of damage control. We've all been there, like when your ringtone goes off in a silent movie theater, playing your most embarrassing song. Humor saves the day, though sharing these stories online often turns them into viral laughs. So next time your device glitches, remember, you're not alone in the glitchy club. Unexpected body betrayals. Ever felt a sneeze building during a quiet moment, only for it to turn into a full-body explosion that echoes everywhere? It's when your body decides to star in its own awkward show. Picture this. You're in an elevator, and a sudden hiccup turns into a symphony, making everyone shift uncomfortably. Fun fact: the average person experiences about 4,000 sneezes a year, and some can reach 100 miles per hour. Talk about a natural disaster in your nose. Or that moment when your stomach growls loudly in a packed meeting, sounding like a monster awakening. We've all had burps slip out at inopportune times, like during a romantic dinner, turning sweet nothings into awkward apologies. Imagine blushing through a yoga class when your body makes an unexpected noise, leaving the room in stifled giggles. These betrayals are universal, from sweating through a job interview to tripping over words because of a nervous tic. But they remind us to laugh at ourselves, turning potential embarrassment into shared humanity. Final thoughts on embracing the awkward. So there you have it. These awkward moments aren't just mishaps. They're the spice of life that make us human. From public falls to tech fails, we've all got stories that could fill a book. Fun fact: embracing awkwardness can actually boost your confidence, as studies show that sharing these tales builds stronger connections. Now, if you've ever survived one of these cringe-worthy scenarios, hit that like button, drop your own story in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more relatable laughs. Share this with a friend who's had their share of awkward adventures. We all need a good chuckle. Let's turn those blunders into badges of honor together.